Open that is not an open. Yes, you're 100% correct. Brain Driven Brands is the podcast. Sarah Levenger is the name. Nate is the guest, co-host, is guest, co-host, guest, co-host, guest.
That's correct. That's an apt description.
I pick good titles for people. And the reason I chose Brain Driven Brands is because it's going to be the title of my book that I will write as soon as I have brain space and time, which never happens. So
by like episode 40, we'll just transcribe these episodes and put them out.
Actually, that would make a great book. I wouldn't have to write it. AI is a thing nowadays, and who needs a writer when you could just fake it like Sarah does? Anyways, that's just caveat for everybody. I write all of my own tweets. I do not have a ghostwriter because I can't afford one. Otherwise it probably would.
I know that's one thing I think that's crucial for people to understand, because someone asked me if I had a ghostwriter one time.
They did?
Yeah, and I was like, you think a real ghostwriter will be posting the shit I post?
You think a real ghostwriter would want to post about steak?
I'm just tweeting about steak, whiskey, golf, and chemtrails, like a lot, and then like a marketing tweet here and there. It's all me, baby.
Would want to come in and actually be a part of that.
You think I'm paying someone to do that?
I wish. My problem is, again, all of my stuff is psychology focused. So I have to double, triple check every single thing I freaking post. And a lot of it has Sarah's like humor in it. And so we
live at opposite ends of the content spectrum, where everything you post has to be like accurate and documented. And everything that I post is the dumbest shit you've ever read.
I'm jealous of your
ghostwriters live in the middle.
I'm upset about how easy it is for you, Nate Legos, to do stuff and to become famous. It's really hard for me, and I have to work really hard at it. So thank you for listening, listeners, because I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, I have a tweet for you today that we're going to chat about. Mostly because I'm always interested in your take on pricing strategy, because you have like a good brain for it. And you've talked about this in the past, that like you should totally open an agency that just does pricing tests, because you just, you get it on like a psychological level. Freaking matters. So this story is from 2012, actually. And I don't know if you remember, you might be too young. How old are you? Young.
28.
You're young.
So young.
Oh, you're 28?
So young. I just bought a farm too. I'm so successful for my age. Crazy.
You bought a freaking duck farm is what you bought. I don't know if there's ducks there. They're probably there somewhere. Scotty, do you not feel old, producer Scotty? Because I'm going to be 36 in...
That's pretty old.
A month? Ew. Okay, 36.
That's
what I'm going to be. So you probably don't remember when JCPenney was a thing. Do you remember JCPenney?
I've been to JCPenney's. Yeah.
Okay. As long as you know sort of what the brand is. They're no longer around. But okay, so this is 2012. Now JCPenney went under, man.
Oh, okay.
Really? How did you not know that? That was like,
I've been how long ago? Mall in
6-7 years ago,
forever.
Maybe longer, like 10 years ago.
I only go to the mall when I want a pretzel or go to the Lego store. That's why I go to the mall.
Legos goes to the Legos store. Yeah, makes 100% sense. JCPenney was a big department store. If you're listening from outside of the country, which I actually have,
Scotty
like
just put in the chat that his daughter's 27. I'm married, Scotty. Thank you for the offer. Appreciate it.
Why do you always gotta make it weird, man?
I thought that's what he was saying.
Okay, back on topic though. So JCPenney was this big department store for my listeners in the UK and everywhere else. There's like 20 of them. For those people, big department store, think like Walmart, right? But it was basically for clothes and shoes and like a weird section in the back for auto parts. So this was JCPenney.
There was that section, wasn't there?
It's like a weird auto parts.
There's like also tires.
Section.
Okay.
And like random tires and shit. JCPenney. So they were big in the US for a long, long time. And people really loved the fact that they had like these low prices, large discounts. Like that was their shtick. That's what they put the whole business down on. The interesting part, though, is this like get a deal type of a thing wasn't a part of the whole strategy. They used to run sales like at specific points of the year where people could come in and get discounts on things, and they'd rotate the sales throughout the department store. So in 2012, JCPenney decided that like this customer feedback was coming in constantly. We love discounts. We want deals. So JCPenney decided to make their entire strategy discounted products, and they made them permanently 40% lower permanently. And as you can expect, customers really just lost interest entirely.
Yeah.
Like their first quarter reports showed 163 million in net losses, all because they
Yeah.
tried to follow one specific set of customer feedback. So, first question to Nate: what do you think about using positive customer feedback to generate marketing or business strategies, especially on price?
Producer Scotty, get ready to clip this.
Hot take coming in.
You
Ho, I'm ready.
you shouldn't listen to your customers. You should
Oh,
watch your customers.
oh, I agree. 10,000%.
I think what people tell you they want, half the time's not true.
Yeah.
The other half the time is like they think they want it, and then you give it to them and they don't. Or they do want it, but it's going to be terrible for your business.
Yeah.
So I like to use the phrase watch your customers.
Watch your
Watch their
customers.
purchasing behavior when you change offers and pricing and strategies. Watch them and watch your bottom line.
Yes, 100%.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I caveat this with like everybody's going to come back and be like, "Sarah, you just did 2 episodes on post-purchase surveys. What are you talking about?" I use post-purchase surveys as a good indicator. They're not a
Yeah.
validator of what your customers want. They're just a good indicator of what they want. So again, if you're using those type of things in your business, it's okay to get customer feedback, but in
well,
the case
and
of
yeah,
JC
hold on.
Penney,
Yeah,
screwed it up for them.
that was my Twitter guru version of a hot take. Talk to your customers, but be cautious about blindly listening
Yes.
to what they say they want, because it's
Yeah.
not always going to map to what they actually
It's
want,
not
and it's
always
not
gonna
always
happen.
going to map to business
Yeah.
success.
Yeah. Well, behaviorally, this is something too that I try and teach all of my brands that I'm consulting for. It's very, very important to understand context of behavior, right? So watching your customers is a very it's a good hot take. But to do that, you actually have to be involved in your customer's life physically. So call them is a good way to do this and actually ask them, like, tell us a story of how you actually purchased this product, what happened, where were you, who are you doing it with, because they're going to give you a lot more context of their lifestyle. But the secondary thing that I think a lot of people miss is that you have to actually watch somebody using something in the actual environment they're using it in to know what they actually want. So I think we talked about this a while ago, but Swiffer was probably one of the best like brand
Right.
examples of this, because they actually went in and watched people use their mops and found out that these customers were cleaning their mops more than they were actually cleaning the floor. So they created Swiffer to solve the cleaning the mop problem, which no other brand that made mops had ever done before, ever. So my question to you, have you guys ever actually like went into a consumer's home and like looked at their watch setup? And because obviously you're VP of marketing for Original Grain, you sell these really cool watches that are made from reclaimed wood. Like, have you guys ever watched the behavior physically?
Not directly go to someone's house.
Ah.
We solicit pictures of people's watch collections,
Okay.
and get a vibe for how they're set up, where they are.
Interesting. Okay, so
We
you're
do
watching
talk to
behavior.
customers about where and when they like to wear their watches.
Okay.
And then the last thing is like we've done a number of charity events that like we invite customers to.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we had one in last year. It's called the 21 Guitar Salute, where we donate guitars to combat veterans, and we pay for them to go through
Whoa,
like
that's
a
cool.
PTSD like music therapy program.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh. I love
Yeah,
it.
so that was a really cool event. We've graduated 100 people through that program
Dang.
now. We hosted it outside of Nashville
Okay.
last year and emailed all of our customers within like 2 hours, and we're like, hey, come, free food, free booze,
How many people
music.
did you get?
Maybe a dozen, like not a ton at
Still
all.
though, I mean, that's 12 people got the email
Yeah.
and physically showed up
Yeah.
in one spot. You can't get people to do that ever.
No, yeah, and then so we had them, and then also it's like all the
Dang.
vets and their
Yeah.
family. So in total was a couple hundred people there.
That's crazy. That's amazing.
But no, it's so great to like hang out with customers for a night and just see how they
Yeah.
dress when they go out to an event,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
see what they drove to get there, and what time they go
Interesting.
home, and how many drinks they had. Like all
Yeah.
that stuff, I think tells you a lot more about your customers than any post-purchase survey can.
Mhm. I just told a customer to do this because I was consulting with a brand I can't even remember how I was like a couple weeks ago. They were in the like cleaning space, right? So they do these kind of eco-friendly kind of cleaning supplies for the kitchen, wherever. And I
Yep.
asked them, you've talked to your customers on the phone, you've got tons of data, and this seems to be a problem with every single brand. We have tons of digital data on our
Yeah.
customers, down to like just the micro amount of we know exactly what they're doing. And that's great, but we have no behavioral data, not
No.
one subset
Yeah.
of behavioral data. So I told them, here's what I want you guys to do, because we need to know how your consumer is actually physically using the product once it comes past that like door threshold. Because as soon as your product enters the home, you no longer have control over what that person's doing with that product. What I told them to do is I want you to ask your customers to do something weird. And I want you to have them set up a phone anywhere in the kitchen so that it's facing the actual like space they're going to clean, and film themselves cleaning. Because I need to check and see, how are they using it? Are they spraying it on a towel first and then wiping down the counters?
Yeah.
Are they spraying it on the counters? Are they spraying it on the cabinets, which would be, are they cleaning the ceiling with it? Like, what are humans doing that we don't know they're actually freaking doing? Because this is going to help you not only create better products to solve the problems you don't know exist, but it's also going to help you understand consumption behavior, which I'm like, oh my God, D2C, like all we do is
Yeah.
like we like promote consumption products, and nobody, not one person that I've talked to so far, understands how their products are being consumed. So this is why I ask you, are you guys currently like looking at behavior and not just like photos? Because I have a feeling when you ask your consumers for photos
They set them
of their
up.
they set them
Yeah,
up.
that's true. That's
And
true.
I don't want them to set it
Yeah.
up. I like take a video, ask
Yeah.
for a video.
Yeah.
That has a higher chance of them not prepping the space, because I want to know, where do they actually store these watches? Is it in a closet?
Yeah.
Is it on the floor? Like,
Yeah.
where
That's
is
interesting.
it?
Ha-
Video, man.
Have you heard like musicians and writers talk about like once they release a project, like it's not theirs anymore, it's the listeners or
Yes.
readers.
Belongs to the consumer.
Like
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what happens in D2C that we don't realize is like,
Yeah.
I think I'm selling you a watch to wear out on a nice dinner with your wife or to wear it to work, but like once it's yours, it's yours.
It's yours.
And like I know
Yep.
guys that golf in
Yeah.
it and hike in it
Yeah.
and swim in it, which is a bad idea. I had a buddy
Oh my
that
God.
bought a watch from us and showered with it for months, and then the wood got messed up, and he was like, "Dude, well, what's wrong?" And
You
I was like,
can't. It's wood.
"Made of
Oh
wood.
my
Don't
God.
shower with it on."
Oh, and you have to know. Holy
But like,
crap.
yeah, like once it
Crazy.
leaves your warehouse, it's not yours.
It's not yours. It's not yours. Every single brand needs to understand, once that product leaves the floor, it is no longer yours. It belongs to the consumer. They do whatever the frick they want with it,
Yep.
which sometimes is great because they share it with people or with friends. They help, share it with their family. Other times it's not so great. They shower with it and it gets destroyed. That could be a bad review just based on the fact that you didn't know they were showering
Right.
with a wood built.
Yeah. Yeah. Not the
Ooh.
sharpest guy I know, but
Shout out to that guy. I'm sure
Yeah.
you're a wonderful person.
he's a
Okay,
good
but
friend.
so back to
Bleep this,
JC
Scotty,
Penney.
but let me just tell you quick. Bleep his name and what I'm about to say. His last name is okay.
Oh.
He's saved in my phone back.
Oh.
So bleep both of those things, Scotty.
Cut
Thank
that
you.
out, Scotty. Cut that one out. Oh dear God. This is why I love this podcast. Okay, so back to JC Penney though. The interesting part about what they experienced and the fact that they lost millions. Scotty's like, I might cut out some of this, but you guys are literally at my own whim. Like, I'll do whatever I want.
And I'm not gonna go check if he did it.
I'm not.
You
He
know,
doesn't listen to this podcast anyways because he hates me. So
I'm too busy listening to Tactical and Practical.
How did I knew that? I know that was coming. Okay. JC freaking Penny, 163 million in net losses, all because they forgot one very important thing about humans. And that's, we're not freaking rational, man. We don't
No.
do anything based on logic. I know that D2C loves to prioritize logic as one of the core ways that we make marketing decisions, but that's not how humans work. So emotionally, Nate, Legos, what do you think about this tactic of using positive customer feedback as like a way to generate marketing tactics? I know you already said don't listen to your
Yeah,
customer, but what should we be listening to then?
I think positive and negative feedback, you just got to take it all with a grain of salt.
Agreed.
I think unsolicited feedback is always going to fall at either extreme end of the spectrum
Yeah.
and not represent the majority.
Yep.
So
I agree.
I would take it all with a grain of salt. And then as you start to use that feedback to change tactics and strategies, just make sure you're watching their real behavior and the real impact it's having on your business.
Yeah, I would agree. And just to like wrap this all together, summarize it up, it's very, very important to realize your business lives and breathes, exists in a human-based society.
Yeah.
And all of this is going to morph, it's going to change. I know everybody wants one marketing tactic. They want to discover that one freaking silver bullet that's just going to make everything explode.
Yep.
That's not how business growth works. This is going to be a work in progress over the course of months, years, decades. It's all changing constantly because humans change constantly. So, in general, listen to your customers. It's very important, I think, to get feedback. It also helps them feel validated. But watch your customers is much more important. And if you can watch your customers in an ecosystem they have not like curated for you, that's the best possible way to get insights that are going to change how your business goes. So,
love it. And if you're looking for that one magic bullet tactic, you can listen to my other podcast.
I knew it. I knew he was going to plug
Tactical
it.
and Practical, Spotify,
How
Apple,
dare
YouTube. Follow
you.
me at Nate Legos on Twitter. Sarah, thanks for coming on my pod again.
Every freaking time. This is just going to turn into like the Nate Lego show. And Sarah's just going to guest post. That's fine. You can go find me sponsors. How about you? How about you take over that piece of it, Nate? Because we need to pay Scotty. He's Scotty, producer Scotty, shout out to you. He works so hard on this podcast. He puts in amazing clips. He's got great music. The guy's editing chops are next level, top notch. Please go follow Scotty because that guy.
Listen to Scotty's pod. Scotty's pod is good.
Scotty.
Always off brand. Is that the correct name?
Always off brand with Scotty. He's very, very good.
There you go. Always off brand.
Always off brand. We love producer Scotty. Follow me at Sarah Levenger everywhere you like to consume content because I'm going to try to produce more content for you to consume. That came out weird, but that's how it is. At Sarah Levenger. Also, if you need someone to take a look at your brand and do what I did for Nate, an original grain, help you discover the behavior that your customers are using to purchase.
Let me stop you from shameless plugging here. I'll do it for you. Listen, listen.
All right. I'll let you go.
Guys, listen, fellas. That's ecom, so it's probably dudes. Listen.
Jesus.
Is that bad? Should I say that?
That's fine. Producer Scotty can clip it out if it's weird.
All right, fellas, ladies, listening. I followed Sarah for probably a year before we paid her to work for us, and got to know her. Had a few conversations in between now and then, and like a lot of what she was saying went so far over my head. I was like, we don't fucking need to do that. Like, I don't know what's going on, but like we're fine. And then we paid her to do some work for us, and she helped us kind of uncover what our true value props are, uncover the real core reasons why people were buying our product, and it changed how we photograph our product. It changed how we talk about it, changed how we advertise it. And it's made such a massive impact on the business for the last couple of years. Like I can attribute, don't tell her this because she'll ask for more money next time, but I can attribute millions of dollars in sales to messaging to our customers in a way that actually makes sense to their brains, not just makes sense to the marketing team. So pay Sarah to do some shit for you.
That was a great Yelp review. God, I'm going to use that everywhere now. I'm going to have to
now don't let that positive feedback make you JC Penny, your own consulting business, but
I'm going to drop my prices everywhere. Yeah. Thank you. That's so kind of you. It was very fun working with you guys. Luckily, you're a very easy brand to work with.
Thanks.
And yeah, you took my advice and did everything I told you to do, and then it worked. Other than that, though, we also now have a podcast together. So yay! Follow us everywhere. Thank you for that glowing review. It just makes my heart so happy. Like, review, subscribe. That's the end of it. There it is.
See ya.
Bye.
The Brain Driven Brands podcast is part of the Learn and Laugh series on the Quickfire Podcast Network.